Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this absolutely stunning, beautiful wedding centerpiece for your tables. You can have them on the side of the bar, on your main tables, or anywhere within your venue. We have this lovely ice effect which I will show you how to create, and then how to put together this spectacular arrangement using minimal flowers and lots of foliage to pack it out. So come with me and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so to create this beautiful table arrangement, what you need to have in advance and prepped and ready to go is your green foam oasis, your floral oasis, a sharp knife, an 18 centimetre oasis pot, some floral leaf shine, your floral scissors by Oasis, and some pot tape. And this is to hold and secure your oasis in place. You will also need your vase. So I have a clear cylinder vase, and you can have these as tall as you want, but you have to remember that if you have them too short, then the people sat across the table will not be able to see each other if you have your display. So you can go for a 60 centimetre cylinder vase, and then what we'll do is we'll build the floral arrangement within the tray in the oasis, and then at the end I'll show you how to sit your tray on top. Okay. Inside of this, to give the beautiful ice effect, you will need some cellophane. So I unfortunately do have huge rolls of cellophane, but I'll be cutting this down, so I'll have that prepped and ready. But you can, in places like Hobbycraft or any kind of crafty shop, buy smaller rolls of cellophane. It's just that I go through an awful lot. So now you've got all your tools sorted, you need to decide what florals you're going to have and what foliage. So this table display is to match a bridal bouquet which I've recently done, and it's the Memory Lane floral bridal bouquet, and that's using these gorgeous Memory Lane roses. So if I just take one out and show you, I'll show you that up front. Absolutely stunning colour, very popular at the moment, like a shabby chic pink, very, very elegant, and I think it's I think they're beautiful. I just think they're one of the nicest roses I work with, especially with eucalyptus, which is one of the foliage pieces I'm going to be using. They really complement each other. But for the other florals, I will be using some gypsophilia, and this is to give it that delicate, elegant touch, and this will just discreetly pop through the roses and the foliage. I will also be using, as I've already said, eucalyptus and some French ruscus, and this is the slimmer ruscus, and the reason we're using this is to fill out with the foliage and then to use to kind of hang down and shower down the side of the vase, just giving it some depth. So with this ruscus, I take my leaf shine because I think it's really nice once you pop your leaf shine on, and it really gives it that nice, clean, kind of effective shine to the leaf. So all you need to do, and I've done all my others, is grab your leaf shine spray, give it a shake, and you do not need to use this, it's just something I have just to make it look that extra special. And you just hold the foliage away from yourself, and you just simply spray. And then when you get to the bottom, I move my hand down there, turn around, and I also like to do the back. And the reason I like to do the backs is because no matter where you sit on that table, or whether you're walking through and it's on a pedestal, you will see that nice shine from all directions. So do this in advance and just let them dry on the side. But unfortunately, I don't spray the eucalyptus because it's not the type of foliage that would take to leaf shine. Yeah, so that's that. So what we now need to do, if I just pop all that over there, is we need to take our, I'll move my scissors, we need to take our oasis, and in the tray I would hold your oasis like so, and I will just pop in the tray and push down. So don't do it too hard, but enough so it indents around the side. And push it down as much as you can, like so. And when you take it out, you'll see that the corners have been rounded off to fit into the tray. So you have to remember, the more oasis you have, the higher the oasis, the more expensive it becomes to fill, because the bigger the oasis, the more flowers you need, and the higher the arrangement would be. So with this one, it is one of my budget table arrangements, and when I say budget, I don't mean that as in it looks like a budget arrangement. It looks like a high-end, top-end a table arrangement, but it's using minimal flowers, and because of the height and the ice effect of this vase, it just gives it a really high-end look, but on a low budget. And that's what we're looking to do, especially when you have multiple tables. Like some of these weddings, they can have 20 tables plus, and some of these look delightful in the bar areas or on side tables when you're trying to fill a reception area. So they can look really elegant and stunning. So when I say budget, please do not think I'm describing something that's not going to be high quality, because it really is. And you'll see as we go the effect that this piece has. And it's a very, very popular piece. So once you've got it in here, all I would say is take it up maybe 2 or 3 inches. So you take your oasis out and you simply just cut like so. And then you pop it in. So I cut mine first and then I soak them after, rather than soak the whole block. But it's up to you. If you've got multiple ones, you can soak all the blocks and then push it in. But I just find when you push it in and start messing around with it, it can leak an awful lot and it can become very messy. So I like to do it when it's dry, and then I put all my pieces in a big sink or a bucket, plastic tub, whatever you have to hand where you can just soak your oasis. I do apologise, I have a sore throat today. So with the oasis, what you need to do is use cold water, and you fill up your tub and you just pop it on top like so, and you just allow it to sink naturally. It will take 5-10 minutes. Just leave it, ignore it, prep, leaf shine, cut some of your stems, do all your preparation, and just leave that to soak for as long as you can. Once it's completely submerged, then you need to take it out, pop it on a draining board or a rack, and just leave it to drain all the excess water, just so it's not absolutely soaking wet and dripping everywhere. Because as soon as you start putting stems in, the oasis will start to release some of that water. So we don't want it absolutely dripping wet. Okay, so I have prepared myself and I have done one earlier. So I'm just going to take that and I've just popped it in this little tub here. So it's so much more heavier when it's wet, obviously, and it just sits really nicely. So I'm just going to pop my oasis in there like so, and it sits really nicely, and the weight of the water also helps. I also have a cloth handy just to keep wiping my hands on. And then what we do is we take this pot tape, and this is just to secure the oasis, especially because it's on a tall structure as well. You don't want it toppling over or coming out of the tray. So I just simply take it underneath, like so, and up and around, and try and get it on top of the tape, because you need as much of that oasis as you can. It's really easy to tear with your finger, and then you just pop it down like so, and then I do the same across like that. Like so. So you should end up with something looking like that. And as you will see, excuse the drippiness, you can shake it. I'm not holding on to anything, and it's really secure in there. This is really strong tape, and it works with the wet oasis as well. It doesn't affect the adhesive of that. Okay, as you will notice, with the tape, I haven't gone to the centre, and the reason for that is because I want to put my centre rose just here, and I don't want that tape getting in the way. You can manoeuvre the tape and move it and adjust it so you can fit your flowers in, but I always like to push it down slightly just so I can get my centre pieces in without disrupting the tape. Okay, so I've prepped my roses in advance, so I'm just going to swap these over. And what I'm going to do is go for a nice big fully open centrepiece rose. And you've also got to remember, the taller the stems, the more florals you're going to need. And you've got to remember, this is a budget one. Again, very high end, beautiful, stunning looking, but we're trying to use minimal flowers. We're not going for a 20-30 rose arrangement here. So what I would do is just pop the rose, hold the tray in the air at eye level, pop the rose there and just decide how tall you would like it. And remember, you're not going to push the stem all the way in, so you may need to cut it and then decide how tall you're gonna have it as you go. So you can cut it again if it's too tall. So I'm gonna probably go for here. So I'm gonna leave my finger there, and then because I'm not gonna pop it all the way down, I'm probably gonna cut it about an inch higher than that. So, and then what you do is you pop your first rose in the top like so. Okay, right in the middle on its own. And then what we want to do, I'm going to push that down a little bit more, is I'm going to have one coming over here, there, and then in the middle. So we should have 4 at the bottom, 4 here, and then this centre one. So the next ones I'm going to go for are the 4 at the bottom. So again, have a look at your roses, and again, take your rose and decide how much you want them sticking out. And I will always point them down slightly and take these guard petals off. So because it's a shabby chic colour, some of the guard petals look nice left on because it gives it that shabby chic look, but I have taken those ones off. So with these roses, I'm going to point them slightly down, because you've got to remember they're going to be sat on your vase and you can have people at eye level looking at the arrangement. So I'm now just going to go around and use the other roses. And what you can do if it's your first time in making something like this, is you can actually, before you cut all the roses, keep one out and then just cut all 4 of them at the same length. Okay. So I'm just going to go around and finish these 4. So if you want to push them a little bit further in, then you can, as it takes shape. So now what I'm going to do is get another 4 roses, and I'm going to put them here, here, and then exactly the same opposite. Okay, so these ones are going to go like that. So you can just see that taking shape, like so. Put these 2 slightly upwards, and then for my final one, I'm just going to pop her here, like so. Okay, and I think what I might do is just put another 2 on top. Again, you can put as many as you like in, but we're trying to keep it to a minimal because there's a high number of tables for this. Okay, so as you can see, it's really starting to take shape now. If you do need to move any of them, then you can just do so quite simply. But I would really try not to move them too much, because you can cause some gaps and holes within the oasis and some air bubbles. Okay, so now we have all our roses in. I'm going to start putting some foliage in, and I'm going to start with the ruscus, just to give it some depth. So I've pre-cut some of these, but I will be cutting as I go, just so I can get the height correct in my arrangement. So I'm just going to go around now and put in some ruscus, and I'm going to start by putting some longer pieces around the edge, and then some shorter pieces in between the roses and around the top. So I'm going to start on this corner. You just need to mind the roses that you don't damage them as you go around. So again, if you cut anything off, if you cut to the base of where it stems off, then you can reuse these pieces throughout your bouquet, because they do come in these long stems, and we use the top ones, these longer pieces that are prepared, to hang down a vase, but everything else we just use throughout the arrangements. So I'm going to put one right here as well under this rose. So I'm going to keep my long pieces over here, like so, and I'll show you what to do with those at the end. So I'm just going to take these pieces around like so. I'm just going to work my way around. Okay, so hopefully you can see from this view a bit better. I've got the long pieces on each corner and under each of these roses. I've left this bit blank at the moment, and I've just started adding some extra pieces here, which I'm going to continue to do so all the way around. So all I do is cut my ruscus, so I have a piece like this, and I'm just going to make my way around and fill in some of these gaps. And I'm going to do that until it's starting to fill out a little bit more. Okay. And we're just going to fill up all of this oasis, because remember, we've still got the gypsophilia and the eucalyptus to go in as well. Okay, you can probably speed this bit up a little bit. So I'm just going to spin it round. Obviously there's still lots of gaps there, but we don't want to overload it with ruscus until we get some of the other pieces in. So what I'm going to do now is add some of my pieces of eucalyptus. So again, I'm going to start at the bottom. So if you just find a gap and hold your hand steady on the oasis, and then you can start adding some of this eucalyptus around the bottom. Again, start with the four corners and the middle piece here. So what I'm going to do is one in each corner and then one in between. So this time we need 8 pieces. And again, I'm going to start at the bottom, because your guests will be looking up from the bottom of your display, like so. So work my way around. Gives it a nice frame as well. And it's nice to have different lengths dangling down as well. They don't have to be exact with the foliage and the eucalyptus. As you can see, it's a little bit tricky when it starts to get full up, but just be very careful with it. Okay, so now we've done that, we're going to take some smaller pieces and just fit them in between the roses and the ruscus until you start to fill out the design. Okay, so with the eucalyptus, you want to cut it, and when you put it in, you want to push it in as far as you can towards the base of the leaf, and that's to cover up the oasis, but leave them long enough so they're peeping through as well, so you can still see them, so they're not being buried and disappearing within the roses and the other foliage. So again, just work your way around. Fill in any gaps you see. Make sure it's as even as possible throughout, so you're not kind of top heavy one end of eucalyptus and a bit sparse on the other end. And you don't want them too long so they're hiding the roses. You kind of need to get the balance right, but there's no exact rule around it. And you'll find the more you put in, it starts to come together. So on top I tend to put 4 pieces in around the main rose. And again, I just pop this between the ruscus and the roses, like so. So if you can see those 4 pieces there, and you've got your main rose. And if she's looking too high, you can push her in a bit more, like I just have, just to give her, just so she blends in. And then with this piece of eucalyptus, I'm just going to push her down a little bit more. But it's nice to have them different lengths. It gives it texture, it gives it body, it gives it that beautiful elegance. And I just think these 2 colours are absolutely glorious together. The eucalyptus with this pink from this Memory Lane rose, absolutely beautiful and stunning. So I'm just going to turn this around here just to see if I've got an even coverage. And I think I need a little piece just down here at the bottom. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so do I need any more? Okay, I think I need one more little piece down here, and that's it. So with the eucalyptus, you just hold it and the leaves come off really easily, and then just snip it like so. And then I'm just going to pop her down there. So again, you struggle to find somewhere to hold her as she fills out. But this, oh, the smell, is absolutely delightful. I wish you could really smell that through the video. So she's looking very good. I cannot see any obvious gaps at the moment, but again, once we pop her on a vase, then we may come across a few gaps that we'll go and fill in. So now we have all our roses, our ruscus, our eucalyptus. We want to start adding some of this gypsophilia, this baby breath. So you just need to dot these around very elegantly, and you don't want to use huge clusters. Now these are very delicate, the stems, and you want to push them in so they're nestled within the arrangement and they're not hanging out and sticking out and towering above the main flower. So with these clusters, as you can see, they come in huge stems, which I have actually cut down. They're normally about a good metre long, and there's many flowers on them, and as you can see, I've already taken some for my bridal bouquet. But you just need to cut them down because sometimes they're in massive clusters. So again, when you're popping them in, make sure you've got a nice firm edge. And if you've got multiple clusters, because they're so delicate, I tend to hold them delicately, like so, together, and then go in with this sharp end. And again, if you can clear some space and find a clean piece of oasis so nothing's going to snap them, and then just pop them in like so, just so she's nestled. And again, what you can do at the end, when you've surrounded and popped all your gypsophilia in, you can go around and cut pieces off if it's too overpowering. Okay, I'm going to pop this rose in as well a little bit, she's sticking out. That's better. Okay, so I'm just going to go around now with my gypsophilia, and again, there's no exact rule, just pop them where you think they need to go. And I'm going to put some around the bottom. You can have as much or as little as you want. I think I have enough. Yes, so I'm quite happy with that now. So I have my gypsophilia, my roses, my eucalyptus, and my gorgeous ruscus. And I think we're now ready to prepare the vase. Okay, so now we have our arrangement ready and prepped. We have our vase, which is nice and clean, and I have my cellophane, which I cut, so I may need more, but let's just go with this first. So what I'm going to do is take my cellophane, and I'm not moving it until I stop talking, because it will make such a loud noise on my speaker, and I'm going to pop this into the vase, just in a scrunched, scruffy way. It doesn't have to be straight and neat, you need to scrunch it up to get that ice effect with water. So, here we go. going to cut that piece off. I just don't like the way it sits. Okay, so done. That is your cellophane added. So we just want to make sure there's not too much cellophane that's pushing up the vase. So just going to pop that on top like so. Oh, it's so pretty. Just to make sure it's not been pushed up. So this is where the magic happens. This is my favourite bit. Okay, and I might need to get my husband to refill my jug. So we have to do this very slowly, and I love this. I love doing this at the venues and the events and people seeing it all come together. And I haven't done it on this one, but I will do in future ones. So please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification button, because you'll see so many more wedding videos coming up this year, and bridal showers and lots of different ideas. So as you see, as we're popping the water in, the cellophane is starting to look like ice, and you can actually put lights on these, which is awesome, but I haven't done it in this video like I said. So I just need another jug of water, so bear with me one moment. Okay, so jug number 2. So this is just cold tap water, nothing special. You can even put petals, pearls, you can put all sorts in here to make it look effective and have it sat within the cellophane. So you don't want to go all the way to the top, because obviously it could spill. But once you've done that, you then add your arrangement like so, and these pots are designed to sit, oh sugar, they're designed to sit within these vases like so. Once your floral arrangement's on, we need to take our 3 longer pieces that I had from before, and you need to be very careful. So you need to hold the pot and just stick them in underneath very elegantly like so. And I'm just going to do 3 because you don't want it to overpower the arrangement. So I'm just going to have like a triangular kind of effect like so. And there we have it. There is our absolutely beautiful, stunning table centerpiece with the ice effect. So the condensation will die down. It's only because it's ice cold water. And yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. You can sit them on a mirror plate in the middle of the table. You can have them as the main focus with some smaller arrangements around the edge. And they really do baffle people, like the amount of people that comment and say, is that ice? How have you kept it so it's not melting? You know, people don't realise the effect of a cheap piece of cellophane and some free tap water in a cylinder vase, which probably only costs £4 or £5, maybe £6, depending on the thickness here in the UK. I'm assuming similar prices elsewhere. And you can really make a stunning display. And due to the weight of the oasis and the flowers, unless you know someone physically knocks this off, it's not going anywhere. It's a sturdy vase. The weight of the water and the weight of the flowers in the oasis makes it completely solid and safe for the middle of your centerpiece or the side of a bar. So I hope you really enjoyed today's video and got some inspiration for this. Please give it a go. Check this technique out. You can use a small vase, a pint glass, just get some cellophane, see if you like the effect, and then give it a go for your big day. You know, make your own table piece, save some money. You can put as many or as little flowers in as you want. You can add other decor like flowers or beading. There's so many options and ideas out there to keep it to a budget but look stunning, expensive and effective. So thank you for watching today's video and staying with me till the end. So pleased you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification button for all my other up and coming videos, and have a good day. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.